What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm gonna wait here for a quick minute, see if anyone shows up. I wasn't gonna do a regular video on this because I just watched something that I think everyone should go and take a look. Like, seriously, everyone should go and take a look at this right now. Basically, there's a lot of questions going on with the Texas massacre. What happened over there? The tragedy, absolute tragedy that happened out there. I just watched a interview over at Louder. How's it going, John? I just watched a what's up, Baked Cheddar? So I just watched a video over at Louder with Crowder. He actually just did a right around a 37-40 minute video, which is a direct interview with the hero, the man who actually stopped the shooter, had actually chased him down and engaged him in preventing him from causing any more damage. So I'd really highly recommend you guys go check it out over at Louder with Crowder. And when I'm done with the video, this won't be a long video. Yep, yeah. And I just finished watching it too, John. Really, really touching, very touching, very, very touching. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to put the link to the actual video in the description. What's up, Artie? So you guys can go check it out. You guys honestly need to see it. The man who stopped this guy was just very humble, down to earth, amazing, heroic figure. Just amazing person. You guys really need to go check it out. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. A lot of people are saying different things. A lot of the news are even refusing to, give details, and they're saying it's like a suicide. The guy's, ended with suicide and stuff like that, which just isn't true, guys. And they're just trying to refuse due to their bias when it comes to, their stance on gun control and stuff like that. They're just not bringing all the stuff out there. But if you watch this guy is just the most humble man you will ever see. You need to seriously go check it out. So you seriously check it out. So basically what happened is, everyone knows it's a really tragic event. This psychopath who was dishonorably discharged from the military. My battery's running low, guys, so it'll be a quick video. He was dishonorably discharged from the military. He was a known atheist. He was just a really bad dude in general, and he specifically targeted a church. We don't know everything, the motives behind it and anything like that, but we know this is an atheist targeted a church, so that's just speculation right now. So hopefully the motive will be released to us later. But basically, this guy was psychotic, and he targeted a church, and he killed a lot of innocent people, women and children. It's just really sad, especially if anyone it's just very sad, especially if you're a father and stuff like that. It's really hard to cope with. Now, a lot of them aren't focusing on what actually happened to the events. This guy, after he attacked the church, was getting to his vehicle. They're not quite sure where he was going. There's been speculation on it. But what happened is, these seconds, what happened in this time frame, is what changed the complete outcome. What this could have been a tragic end, even more tragic end than it already was. I mean, the whole thing is a tragedy, but this could have been a lot worse than what it was. So basically, the hero, he's just an older guy. He was an NRA instructor. His kids, since they were young, he taught them everything about firearms and needed to know. They're all NRA distinguished experts. He was saying he made sure they were all NRA distinguished experts. He was pretty much like the guy in the community everyone knows and loves. This is a guy right now. He's growing out a beard for Santa Claus, and he rides a motorcycle, and he gives toys to people low income and people that have issues. So this guy, there's nothing crazy about this guy. This is not some tactical Delta expert type of guy. This is just a dad who is doing everything he can. He's got multiple kids. His kids are getting married and stuff like that. This guy helps out his community where he can. He loves his community. He loves the people in his community. This guy's just a down-to-earth guy. When he heard the shooting, at first he wasn't sure what it was. And then, yeah, really good Joe, John, really good Joe. I mean, I was just watching him, and I've had tears in my eyes, just listening to the guy. Just, is so humbled by this guy, just honestly so humbled by this guy. He heard the shooting, and he wasn't sure what it was at first, and then his daughter came in and told him. So the first thing he did is he went to his safety and pulled out his AR-15, which had an EO-Tech on it. He pulled out his AR-15, a handful of ammunition, just a handful of ammunition, loaded up a magazine. He ran out of the house barefoot. The only thought that was on his mind when he was running out there is every single time he heard a shot was another person that was probably dying. And he was not gonna, he had to act. He didn't even have to think, he just acted. All right. active shooters, the only way to stop active shooter is to stop an active shooter. That's it. And he, in his mind, that's all. Every time he heard a shot was the same thing. Someone else is dying, and all he did was rush in there. Like I said, he had a handful of ammunition, loaded it into his mag, and ran one magazine barefoot. He saw the vehicle that looked kind of strange. It looked like the vehicle was going, and then he saw the shooter coming around the vehicle. At the time, he only had a pistol in his hand, so he engaged the shooter from about 20 yards away, and he said the guy was wearing like literally like a riot helmet, like a full battle helmet with a riot shield on it. He had, or a riot visor. He had a flak on, armor. I've heard there's been plated, but this is what he's explaining. He started engaging the guy, and he noticed as the guy turned to his side, he was very familiar. I mean, this guy was functioning enough. This guy was heroic all around. This guy was able to function under that stress, under that duress. He was able to function, to think. When you have that much training, you have that much, you can actually think during these types of situations. He saw the guy turn to his side, and he saw, just like every body armor, I've talked about it actually in my video I did a while back. There's only one weak spot. The body armor has a plate in the front and the back, and there's nothing on the sides. And he engaged it, and he just shot at the guy. All right, the guy finally got into his vehicle, and he kept shooting at him, blew out the window. He was getting shot at, and shots were going to his neighbor's house. They said it almost hit a 2-year-old in one of his neighbor's house. And he just kept shooting and shooting until until the car drove away, and he saw someone else in a vehicle. He told them what was going on, and then they got in the car and they started chasing him. They called 911, tell him what was going on, and then they chased the guy down until they came across him and they saw him. And, you know, when he was shooting through the windshields, wherever he could, he was shooting to try to stop this guy with whatever he had. And he didn't have a whole lot of ammunition left. Like I said, he only had a handful of ammunition, and he put it in a magazine. And then they came to the vehicle. The vehicle had, he watched it crash go off the side of the road. And he was down there, and he sees that, and they set up a defensive position on the truck, put his rifle on the target, and he started shouting and, you know, trying to make contact with the person. He says he couldn't tell if he was moving or anything like that. And he was out there just aiming down at the target, just making sure no threat would come out or whatever. Turns out the bad guy had tons of guns in his vehicle and tons of ammunition. This guy that couldn't get a carry permit, supposedly, from what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but he says he couldn't even get a carry permit because of his issues that he had when he got out of the military. He's just aiming in, rifle aiming down the sight, making sure there's no movements until the police officers came out there and they took control of the scene. He said that at one point he actually started backing from his car, and the police officer was like, "No, stay." Yeah, the police officer needed him to keep that rifle on him, just stay, you know. And then when finally all the police officers came out, he was trying to he moved their rifle to a safe place. So, you know, they were knew this guy was a threat the way he was acting towards him. He was very compliant, very down to earth guy. Yeah, I mean, you guys walking around barefoot, just trying to save the lives of his neighbors. I mean, this is a community that's so small that he pretty much knows everyone, and everyone knows him. So people knew him in general. So he put his rifle back in the truck, and the police officer told him to stop. No. And the police officer ran up or drove up, and they blocked at him. They protected the hero just in case there was any more fire that came from the vehicle. Guys, this act that happened was an evil act. You know, I said this in a comment the other day. I was talking to one person. You know, I don't care where you believe, you know, where you are in faith or whatever, but earth, there is a battle between heaven and hell. There's always a battle between heaven and hell, between good and evil. There's always bad stuff that's going on. What makes a difference is the people that are willing to stand up and do what's right, and the people that, with no thought of their own lives, just act and try to stop horrendous things from happening, guys. Yep, exactly. United we stand. So, you know, I don't care what the news is always gonna try to do their twist on it, guys. You need to seriously go watch this video over at Louder with Crowder. And like I said, I'm gonna put the link down in the description to the video. You have to see this video for yourself. You just have to. You know, this act, the only way, you know, what he was actually saying in that, and is the direction that he was going. He doesn't know if anything's for certain or anything like that. But he said the direction that the truck was going when he was chasing them was towards a direction where he knew there was another church in that area. So we don't know what this guy's next moves were. All we know is because of this heroic guy's actions. Yes, please, guys. Yeah, absolutely, John. Share this everywhere. Everyone needs to see this video. Every single person needs to watch this video. Tell people about it. Throw it out there. You know, tell local news. They have to watch this video. But because of this man's courageous actions, courage it's not an acting out, without fear. They said, Crowder covers this too. It's just it's something. It's what courage is. Courage is everyone's scared. No matter what happens, you're going to be scared. Okay, courage is acting under that fear with no remorse, with no fear for your not with fear, with no. I'm trying to think of the word. Not thinking about yourself. The only thing that was on this guy's mind was to prevent this guy from killing anyone else. He was terrified, but he acted and he stopped a real threat. Exactly. Selfless. Thank you, Baked Cheddar. That's the best way to explain it. 100%. This man was terrified, but he was selfless and he refused to let anything else happen. All right. So please, guys, when you're done watching this video, if you haven't tuned over already, click on the description or the link in the description. Go watch this video. You have to watch it. You absolutely have to watch it. You will be so humbled by this man. All right, you will be. Anyway, guys, I just want to leave it there. I just want to make this a quick video. My phone's actually about to die on me, guys. Peace. And please, guys, go check it out. Share that video with as many people as you can. Post it on Facebook, whatever social media accounts. Post it out there. People have to see this. Okay? Exactly. Like it and share it. I got to get going, guys. Peace.